The Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has expressed concerns over the gradual decrease in its dam water levels over the past years. Currently, the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro dam levels sit at 14.1%, with the Kouga Dam, which is where we're currently at, sitting at just 5.9%. This dam used to be one of the biggest suppliers of the Nelson Mandela Metro. And just to put things into perspective, if my camera person could maybe pan to my left, you will notice that the water sits very low at the edge. Under normal circumstances, where there is no drought, it would be sitting right at the top of the wall where the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro was free and without restrictions. It could come to this dam and collect water for consumption of the residents of the Nelson Mandela Bay. But just to tell us more about this and how it directly translates to the residents, we'll be speaking to Councillor Zinto. A very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm good, thank you. Let's, just drop the technical terms and everything else. Tell us, how does this directly translate to now your typical resident sitting at home?
In this dam, we would normally get 70 million litres to supply the Nelson Mandela. Now we're allocated only 18 million litres. It just tells you the significant drop because of what is happening here. And secondly, we decided to bring you here so that you can see, as part of the awareness of the dire situation that we are in the city. It is really serious, and unfortunately, we are not getting the response that we hope for from our city, because we are using more than what we are allocated. We are using water of about 300 million litres per day, whereas we are allocated only 268. So this is the problem that we are encountering in Nelson Mandela, and we're pleading with our communities to reduce the water consumption.
And you have earlier on mentioned things like intermittent water cuts. What else is the Metro doing to make sure that now the residents are adhering to the water restrictions that are in place?
We will keep on asking them and pleading with them to reduce the consumption, because we are having these interventions now in areas like KwaNobuhle and areas like Thornhill, St. Albans. The correctional service will start to feel the pinch because of what we are doing as the residents of Nelson Mandela. We will be putting Jojo tanks in KwaNobuhle in strategic positions to intervene in this situation, whilst we are busy with our engineering to try and reticulate our water from Nqonji and supply areas like KwaNobuhle. Our Nqonji is giving us something like 160 million litres a day. Now, end of September, we are expecting to get something like 210. But that does not mean that our communities should not play their part. The problem, they are not playing their part. We are trying to augment our water and make sure that they open a tap to get the water. We don't want to queue to go and get water in a tank where it's allocated somewhere. You want to open a tap and get water, not get a bucket and go and get water.
And I know in the past the municipality has been very vocal about attempting to dodge day zero. Now, with the estimation that this dam might be empty by June, how possible do you think that is? Is it even practical, to continue having running water in our taps?
Yes. It will be practical. As I said to you, there are reticulations that we are doing currently to make sure that people do get water. But we are asking our people that don't shorten that period whilst we are busy with engineering, trying to reticulate this water. By consuming more, when the consumption is very high, that means you're shortening the period that we would have been. So if you lessen the water that you are using, it gives you enough time, it gives us enough time as well to do the engineering and make sure that you get water in the tap. Day zero, it's something that Nelson Mandela will not have. We will have intermediate water supply, but it doesn't mean that is day zero. In Nelson Mandela, we've drilled boreholes that we're working on now to augment our water. So that is, we're pleading to our people, by reducing the consumption, it gives us more time as well to work on these interventions that will be making sure that water coming to your tap not to queue for the water.
No problem. I know it's pretty hot, but just one last question before I let you go. One of the wars that I know the Nelson Mandela Metro has been dedicated in fighting is the war against leak. How far are you with that?
Water leaks, it's a moving target. We are doing very well. I mean, from December until now, we just did over 30,000 leaks. Yes, this week we got another 4,000 leaks that have been given to our contractors. Remember, we've employed about 7 contractors to supplement our staff. 7 contractors that are working there, fixing water leaks everywhere, every day. There's nothing else that I'm looking at, is to seal the tank, make sure that the water leaks are being fixed. As I said before, water leaks, it's something that will happen in even in the first world countries. But what's important is the turnaround time in fixing the leak. The leak must not be there for days and weeks. We must try and minimize that time. That is what we're targeting. We're setting it for our executive director as part of his KPI, that we make sure that you reduce the turnaround time in fixing the water leak.
Thank you so much, Councillor. Well, that was the MMC for Engineering and Infrastructure, Councillor Zinto, assuring the residents once again that Nelson Mandela will be able to dodge day zero if there's cooperation from the residential side, asking and appealing to them, to continue to use water sparingly and to try and assist the metro as the situation is becoming dire. But right now, from myself and Nqonji and my colleague Marcus Brunner, it's back to you in studio.